back. The Toronto Maple Leafs firing their head coach today. Sheldon Keefe is gone. Not a surprise, given the team choked in the Stanley Cup playoffs, losing to Boston again. Toronto has now lost 6 straight Game 7s. A number of those were to Boston. The Leafs managed to fight their way back from a 3-1 deficit, but in the end, it didn't happen. For his part, Sheldon Keefe posting a video today on social media saying that at the end of the day, he tried his best, just wasn't enough. He was well aware of what was at stake, and he seemed to be resigned to his fate.
Leafs Nation, you deserve your Stanley Cup. Your passion at home and on the road is unmatched. It's an incredible honor to coach the Maple Leafs, to try to deliver for you. To the media, that had to deal with you every single day, sometimes twice a day, 3 times a day. I appreciate your process. I respected the fact that you're honest and fair and had a job to do. I hope you appreciated the fact that I helped you do it.
All right, let's bring in Matt Cauz, TSN host and co-host of the Matt Cauz podcast. Hey, good to see you as always, Matt. First of all, I'm sure you're not surprised here, perhaps just surprised it took this long.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. This is the NHL. They fire coaches quicker in that league than in any other. I mean, there's a long list of coaches who have won the Jack Adams Award for the best coach in the league, and then them getting fired a year or so later. So no, and considering, again, losing in a Game 7, losing with a chance to move on, which is what they did consistently in the playoffs, I'm not shocked at all that Sheldon Keefe has been fired. It's a shame. I view the failings not without giving him the main blame for it, but this is what happens in hockey.
Yeah, they lost those Game 7s to the Bruins, 4 times, 2013, 18, 2019, and again this year. How much of that lies on the shoulders of the coach?
Well, it depends. I mean, the first couple times, that was Mike Babcock as the head coach. Then Sheldon Keefe takes over. They've changed the assistant coaches over and over again. So I put the main responsibility on the players. Now, however, needs to be said, Toronto had a really bad record at home. And that is a reflection on the head coach, as you do have last line change. Toronto had many opportunities in past years where they were up 3-2 in playoff series, and they couldn't close it. The special teams was always really bad, which was confusing because the power play should be a strength, but in the playoffs, it always disappeared, including this year, where it was like 1 of 21. So yes, the coach deserves some of the blame for that. He also, had a very good winning percentage. He won a Calder in 2018 with the Marlies, but he had to throw someone into the volcano after another disappointing playoff loss. And it's always going to start with the coach. I expect the assistant coaches to be gone. And then the question is, does Brendan Shanahan keep his job? And which players can and will be moved?
Yeah, I appreciate you saying thrown into the volcano. Sacrifices must be made here. Okay, who might take over? What do you think?
The number one name that everyone is screaming out there is Craig Berube. It makes sense. He took over for the St. Louis Blues in 2018 as an interim coach and won a Stanley Cup. But of course, it's NHL coaches, so a couple years later, well, he got fired. But he has credibility. He would respect in the locker room. He understands the modern player, so he would make a lot of sense. But there'll be other teams that'll be going after him as well. But obviously, all eyes right now are on Craig Berube.
Matt Cauz, TSN 1050 radio host, joining us today with his take on Sheldon Keefe being fired by the Maple Leafs. Good to see you, Matt. Thanks for this.